not just frustration here down the mountain, but we also spoke to residents up on the mountain who say they're also frustrated because of all these closures and really not enough work, they say, from Caltrans and CHP.
We walked to the store yesterday because we were running out of coffee and toilet paper, two essentials. So it took us 45 minutes to walk to the store. Once we got to the main road, it was plowed. What's different about this storm than in previous years, I've lived here since 2003, and I've never seen the roads not plowed. And they have not plowed our road.
And take a look at viewer video that shows just how much snow they've received up there. And of course, there is much more on the way. Again, there are only certain times residents are being let up the mountain. That's from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, that's supposed to be starting any minute now. And it includes delivery trucks that are transporting things like food, fuel, and medication. Residents are only being let up if they have proof of residency, so something like a utility bill will do. Now, a spokesperson with Caltrans says they have no idea how long these escort periods will last for or when it will be safe for local travel up there. They say they've been working to plow through the heavy snowfall and higher elevations for days now, especially making sure to create access for first responders. We know in the past 24 hours, Lake Arrowhead got an additional 9 inches of snow and in Running Springs, 6 inches. Meantime, San Bernardino County issued a local emergency. They're seeking federal and state help to get more plows and resources to clear the roads. Some residents have become trapped in their homes. They're having to dig and shovel their way out. Many say power is going in and out at times. They're having to hike to their local grocery stores for food. Now, we did speak with Caltrans earlier to see, when or if these openings or these roads will open anytime soon.
Meanwhile, in Crestline, the area's only grocery store collapsed, delivering yet another big blow to residents who say they are desperate. And that includes KESQ Assistant News Director Tim Kiley, who spoke with me today as he waited in line for a helicopter to deliver much-needed food.
Tim, it's certainly been a while since we've seen you here at the station. First off, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. We're grateful that we have power and water and internet. So those things are great. Other than that, we've been stuck in our house.
Put us in your shoes right now. What are you dealing with? And I see it looks like you're standing in line somewhere.
So basically behind me, this is Goodwin's Market. This is where we would get food, except for the roof collapse due to the weight of the snow. And so the market has been destroyed. It's totaled. So this is where people have been walking to get their food. It's a 45-minute walk for me to get here. The day before it collapsed, we came here, we got some groceries, and then we're running out of food again. So all these people here, we're all in line for a helicopter drop that's supposed to be bringing food for distribution. This is all being provided by nonprofit groups. There's like a church group and a nonprofit group and somebody else. They've all gotten together to do this, but it's not, we haven't seen the National Guard. We haven't seen the MREs that I've heard about. None of that's happened. And there's zero communication with residents, like zero.
Zero communication. Give us a sense then of the mood out there.
Desperation, I think, for a lot of people at this point. They're running out of food. There's people with medicine. There's babies that don't have formula. People don't have their medicine, and they're on streets that are 2-3 feet of snow, so it's not drivable. And so they have to walk and try and get stuff. But like I said, this is the place they would walk to buy stuff, and this is destroyed. The next closest market has been red tagged as well, because their roof is sagging, and so they've closed that one. So there's really no place reachable that somebody can go and get food or medicine.
How long do you anticipate this is going to continue, and at what point do you think you'll be able to leave the mountain?
Well, that's the thing. We don't have any information really. So what I've heard, basically all I'm hearing is rumor. So what I've heard is that maybe by Sunday they'll open up the roads up and down the mountain. But I've also heard 10 to 14 days before they'll get to my street to plow it.
10 to 14 days?
Yes, I'm hoping that by 10 to 14 days that the snow will have melted by then. I don't know.
Safe to say you've never experienced anything like this in all the time you've lived up the mountain.
No, I've lived here for 20 years. We've never had anything like this at all. Usually, even in the big snows, a snowplow would come through, maybe that night or the day after the big snow or something. I haven't seen a snowplow on my street since last Friday. Last Friday morning was the last time we saw a snowplow.
Anything else, Tim, you would like to say before we let you go?
No, I guess the biggest thing is, a sense of community. I mean, basically neighbors helping neighbors. People are really jumping in and helping out. And that's what you need. You can't rely on the county. You can't rely on the government to jump in and help you. So we have to help each other. And that's kind of the biggest thing I think I've learned is that, you really have to jump in and help your neighbors.
Well, we certainly wish you, your family, and all the people out there dealing with this situation the very best. Tim, we appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you back here at the station, hopefully soon.
Okay. All right. See you later.
San Bernardino County Sheriff's officials denied that helicopter that Tim and all those people were waiting for because they said that the parking lot, it is not a good place for the helicopter to land in a disaster, and that is why that helicopter was denied.
All right, let's see what's going on out here.
As they head out into the snow, we have an update now on a story we first brought you last week following heavy snowfall in the San Bernardino Mountains. News Channel 3's Assistant News Director Tim Kiley and his family have evacuated their home after being stuck for a little more than a week. They are just one of the many families now trying to figure out what's next as others are trying to still dig out. As News Channel 3's Jennifer Franco reports, food and supplies are running low for some who are still trapped, but there are ways you can help as rescues continue.
Trekking down the snowy mountain with his family is a choice Tim Kiley weighed for days.
We packed up 3 girls, 2 dogs, 2 birds, and 3 guinea pigs.
Finally having their streets plowed by a friend meant freedom. Now, they're staying with another friend and leaving their Crestline home behind for the foreseeable future.
Maybe for a couple weeks, maybe for a month. We're not certain how long.
Back in his office in person for the first time in days, he's keeping up with updates on San Bernardino County's storm response.
18's closed, 138's closed. Those are all the different ways you can get up the mountain.
An interactive map created by the county shows around 85% of roads across the county are plowed.
It doesn't tell people when their streets will be plowed. It's either tells them it's done or it tells them it's pending.
The county is sharing information about food distributions in impacted communities, but those who are trapped at home don't have access. Mike McClintock with San Bernardino Fire says they are addressing these concerns.
And also our firefighters out there, boots on the ground, are making contact with our residents and also have food and commodities to help them out face to face.
Residents are still frustrated with the county's handling of the situation.
You think there should be more transparency and more communication with people that live in the mountain?
Yes, definitely.
San Bernardino County officials say they're working on rescuing people and using every resource available.
I can tell you after being up there, the raw manpower and equipment power is impressive.
In Thousand Palms, Jennifer Franco, News Channel 3.
David, Ellen, right now crews are clearing and opening more roads for people living in the San Bernardino Mountains. But neighbors in Crestline say the overall response to the snowstorm in their community has been poor.
I had all this dug out yesterday. That car was dug out, and that car was dug out. Here's our road.
Timothy Kiley showing the cold, brutal effects of that record-breaking blizzard in the San Bernardino Mountains. Kiley feels like parts of his community in Crestline have been forgotten. The father of 3 says he hasn't seen a snowplow on his road in more than a week.
We were trapped up there for 10 days, and we just got out last night and moved in with a friend.
He grabbed donated food outside Crestline's only grocery store. Heavy snow collapsed the roof.
I think the bigger lesson here is that people should not rely on the county in a disaster, whether that's earthquake, snow, whatever. You got to look out for your neighbors, and your neighbors will look out for you.